Hi everyone. Uh, According to my birth certificate, my name is Brandon. You know, I don't really know what's going on. There's a lot of crazy stuff on the news about people, doing bad stuff. But I just want to talk about some of my memories that I have. Um, when I went to 2715 Avenue E. Inslee, the girl that would be there, there would be people that would watch this TV show and it was called Passions. And it's where I get that word from, it'll be about people and passions and stuff. It'll be these two people that call themselves brothers. I think they were from Mexico, and one of them would be named Antonio, and the other one would be named Luis or Luis or something like that. And they would be fighting over a girl. It was a girl. I think her name was Sheridan, and she was like a European lady. So different people would be different colors and would be in relationships with each other. But then bad stuff happened when one of the ladies tried to be in a relationship with two different guys. And they said they were brothers. One of them they said his name was Luis. The other one said his name was Antonio. And they would fight each other over a girl, over a European woman named Sheridan on the TV show. And the show was called Passions. He'll be a lady and she'll be a witch. And I think her name would be Tabitha. And she would have this baby. I think his name would be Timmy. Uh, it was another lady. She was kind of like the same color as me, you know. So, she would be doing the same kind of stuff. She's supposed to was married to a guy they called him TC. And she was letting the doctor do sick stuff to her, or you know some guy that would go to the doctor or something like that. It was a guy named Julian Crane. He had those JC initials. And the other guy that she was married to, was his name was supposed to be TC. He was like always get mad and want to fight the European man. And the European man, his name was Julian. They said he was rich and part of the Crane family. He would always be doing sick stuff to the different people because he was rich. And the lady name was Eve, and it was supposed to be um the wife of the guy TC. And he was kind of like the same color as me. So what I learned when I was watching the show, they were like, sometimes when a person is the same color as me, people, would try to get them, to do stuff with people that's different colors, or people would try to get their wife to have sex or children with people that are different colors. Because the guy that, his name was TC on the TV show Passions, he was the same color as me. And they tried to get his wife to have sex and cheat on him behind his back by using the hospital as an excuse. She said she was a nurse. And so, but when she would be at the hospital, the European man and stuff would come up there and do sex stuff to them. And they found out, somewhere, along the line that she actually had a baby with him, because they found out that one of the children, yeah, it was some children. It was like Whitney and Chad or something like that. And then they found out that the European man had actually had a child with someone else's wife. And I did not want to be like TC on the TV show Passions. I did not want to be at the hospital fighting some European man or any other color man, you know, because a girl allowed him, or someone's wife allowed him to have sex with them. They allowed him to, get them pregnant and stuff like that. Because on the TV show, he wasn't using any tricks or any different bodies or different images. He looked it exactly like himself. He was the old man. His name was Julian Crane. He was supposed to be rich. And for some reason, she would just be like, no, no, oh, stop, stop. But, she would basically be letting him do whatever he wanted to do with her. The husband would get real mad and violent and stuff like that and, jealous and stuff. And it's crazy because, I wouldn't want to be the guy getting locked up or going to jail, for fighting a doctor or a European person or any person at the hospital just because, someone that says that they're supposed to be a wife, and her name was Eve. So, someone that says they're supposed to be a wife, allow more than one person, to be involved in her having children or a family or something like that. Because, they said that it ended up being a brother and a sister, Whitney and Chad, and then they end up having sex with each other and having a baby or getting pregnant or something. I don't know if they had the baby or not, but, a bad stuff happened from that situation where, one person, her name was Eve on the TV show Passions, and she was supposed to be someone's wife. When she let more than one person, do that kind of stuff with her. They said it was unfair to the person, that was the same color as me. Because since the person the same color as me, it's just like my situation when I have a marriage license. Having a marriage license and being married to somebody and you're supposed to be like the husband, if you have a marriage license and you claim your marriage and you're saying it's your wife, it's crazy because, the European man did not have a marriage license for her. He was not openly claiming her as his wife. He just wanted to have sex with her and do stuff like that. So, it kind of made me think about the movie Midsummer because that's what happened in the movie Midsummer. It was like a European man and a European girl. And they said her whole family, they said her family was sick or dead and stuff like that. And all he cared about was his career and having sex with them. It's the same thing in that movie. It was like some people that were supposed to be witches and stuff. So all of the European girls, did sex stuff with him. It was the European man. And then, it didn't matter if they was the same color. They still ended up, killing him. Because, after he had sex with all of those European girls, they like did something to his food and put him inside of a tent and they set the tent on fire and burnt him up. So it doesn't really matter what color a person is, whether you're the same color as me. And just like on Passions, whether it was Eve or Julian Crane and different children by different people and stuff like that, or whether it was in the movie Midsummer and you're just a European person, like those girls and having sex with all of those different people, you can end up dead from doing stuff like that, because, none of those girls looked at like his wife. He couldn't say, oh, I thought you were my wife. Oh, I thought you was my girlfriend. Oh, I thought you were. And then, especially when he wasn't married and didn't have any, marriage certificate or any evidence of a marriage or whatever. So it's like, it was just crazy, So like, some people say it's just prostitution, Brandon. Like some people do it because the person has a lot of money or stuff like that. It's so, and like it's their body and their choice. And so I was told, you never want to be like that guy that was in the movie Midsummer. So you always have to say, no, I don't want to have sex with a whole bunch of different people, no matter what color you are, because I don't want to be thrown in a tent and burnt up for doing it and accused of not caring about my wife and her family and how she feels, stuff like that. Because I do care, And the same thing like on the TV show Passions, I wouldn't want to be some mad, crazy, angry person, going around actually violently attacking people. And that's why I don't have any victims, because I didn't want to be like TC, I didn't want to be so mad and so upset and so angry, because like some of the people was like, what if on Passions, the dude TC went to jail for attempted murder when he was doing this stuff, trying to fight Julian Crane and the rich European man. And then Eve just went out and decided to be with the European man, Julian Crane. You would feel like a fool if you did that. It's like you would have fought for nothing. Because she was going to leave with him anyway. If that's the way the story went. And, so sometimes, it was like, whatever bad karma she made is the bad karma that she made. And, if a person doesn't care about you and doesn't care about other people, you can't let the way that they did not care about you make you into a person that does not care about you yourself. So, I care about me and I care about other people. And that's why I did not make anyone into any victims of, any murder, any crimes, any of it. I'm not really, the smartest person. And I don't really know how all of the spiritual stuff work. And I was told I'm not supposed to know, because as long as I don't know, then, it means I'm innocent. Because when he didn't know what he was doing, and he don't really know how it works. This the way I was told, So, they were saying something about being married and when the two become one and stuff like that. Like, when I was at the house, the dude always be like, "Where's my sister, my sister?" He would always try to call the girls his sisters, Even my wife, all of it, it's crazy. He would always try to call the girls his sisters. So it's like, I don't know which one of the sisters, tried to merge with me or whatever it was, when two become one. Like, I don't know if their family are mad or what's going on, because, if the soul left the body and the body left the soul and the spirit left the body and the spirit left the soul, I don't know who or what tried to attach themselves to me or merge with me or connect with me. I don't really know how it works or what it is, It's so, it's kind of crazy, But, and it's the same way with the children. I don't know, like which one of the children, decided that, that, you know, they agree with me or my religion or what I said or how I believe, my God and, stuff like that. So I did not make any bad karma, is the way that it was explained to me, because, when I would be watching those movies and stuff like that, like, it'll be like people that said that, they like the different stuff, Like, I'm not sure of what they meant or what the point was, but it was a movie called Check Fraud or Catch Me If You Can, and somebody was talking about how they love Leonardo DiCaprio, and I think that he's like a European man or something like that. So it was like somebody said that they liked the Leonardo DiCaprio and that they liked the European man, So I don't know, what they do, because I'm not a European man. So I guess it was a way of them saying that they did not like me, you know. And some of the people were saying that they and that they liked it the Ethiopian looking people. It was some rapper and they said that he dated Madonna or something like that. And he would brag on people claiming to be a player and having sex with other people's wife. Some rapper or something like that. I don't know. He had an earring in his nose. Yeah, Tupac. That's what they call him, a Tootie Pop, something like that. I don't know. But he wanted everybody to know that he took pictures with Madonna and stuff, and that he bragged on using and abusing a European woman, because since he did not actually marry her and he was not married to her, you know, Well, he was one of those guys that would just brag on having sex with other people's wife and having girls in the video, and he wanted everybody to know that that he was with the European women and stuff like that, and that like he used her for sex or whatever. I didn't want to be accused of the bad stuff that those Tupac people or the people that was associated with him using and abusing Madonna or those females, whatever they did. And that's why I never had any pictures or any videos with those European women or with any other girls or guys for that matter, because I didn't want any of the other girls or any of the other guys to feel like I used them for sex or for any bad reason. So, I had a lot of pictures, and there is a lot of pictures, but there's not a lot of pictures of me with other people in the pictures. And I don't know what kind of pictures other people have taken, like whether you're at Walmart or at the mall or at the grocery store or outside walking down the street and it's just someone walking next to you or sitting on the bus next to you or here or there or in the store in the checkout line. I don't know if anyone else took any pictures and tried to Photoshop them or frame them like I was in the picture with somebody, but no, I never used or made any of those pictures like that. And those people that will be pointing the camera at themselves, making those porn videos and stuff, and the person in there was not their wife. It's crazy. They tried to make us watch those videos, and I'd be like, it's crazy. I'm like, well, why would people record themselves on a video having sex with someone that is not their wife if they did not want to look like they cheated on their wife? Especially when it's those homemade videos that they made, pointing the camera at themselves, and they're like, "Is that your wife in the video?" It's the same stuff that they said that Robert guy did. That R. Kelly guy. It's like I never even know that he had a wife. I'm like, why don't you make videos with your wife? Like it's crazy because it's like if you would have made videos with your wife, then it'd be like, it's his wife. He's married. You can't get mad at a person for making videos with their wife. It's not a crime for a person to have sex with their own wife. And if he recorded it on video, his wife couldn't say that you cheated on him because, well, you can't cheat on your own wife by watching a video of you and your own wife having sex with each other, because it's crazy because it was like, if they made videos of people having sex with people that are not their wife, teaching people the wrong way to have sex, why would somebody get mad at a person, making a video with their own wife, the right way of having sex, with your own wife? It's crazy, that people would get mad at somebody for having sex with their own wife. I really don't understand it, and I really don't understand why people would make videos of having sex with people that are not their husband and not their wife. And then when they roll the camera back, it's like, well, you did it. And some of the people say it's just acting or this, but they say no, those girls can tell. They can tell if you actually had an orgasm or if you actually came inside of them because they say, they would be able to feel if something weak came out or if something happened, and they know if you actually did that. And that's why I never did, because it was like, any of the girls you ask, it's like, it doesn't count if somebody molested you and stuff like that because, since I was the youngest one in the household or the family or the group of people that they said was my family, it was like, it doesn't count if it was molestation or, people that it wasn't supposed to be and that they framed you or that they, took advantage of you. You can't be blamed for something that someone else did to you or Brandon. And since I was never the one on top and stuff like that, is what they said. And those people looked at like your wife are very similar, doppelgangers, twins, or whatever it was. And they intentionally did something to you, if that's what happened, because since nobody wants to really say, I'm still kind of like, I'm not really sure what happened, and I don't really trust a lot of people. It's like, the people said that, some of the people said that, it's wrong because they were like, when you watch those rap videos and those movies and soap operas and stuff on TV, those girls do not look the same, like those were different girls in those movies and in those rap videos and in those pornography films. Those guys and those people have no excuse. They cannot say that, oh, I thought it was her, but it was someone that, nah, they can't do that. So, in those situations, it's crazy. It's like, I think I said it before, it was like, if somebody made you do something when you was younger and it was really forced and you didn't want to do it, there would be evidence that you didn't want to do it, because the first chance you get to leave and get out of that situation, children would usually say, I can't wait until I grow up. I can't wait until I turn 18 so I can get out of here. It was like, isn't it strange that when someone turns 18, legally old enough to get married, they decided to stay around the people that they claim molested them and abused them. And it wasn't visitation. They decided to actually be there every day, as a resident of the household, of the family, stuff like that. It was like, that's how you would know the truth. How many people said that they were being molested, that they were being abused, that they were being forced to do something. But I would actually see those people walking back and forth, every day, you know, because it was like, when you would see the children walking back and forth to school, no one had a gun to their head. No one was making them be there. And then, after, they were grown and they were not in school, when you would see like the pictures on the internet of them going to the clubs and going to different states and parties and get-togethers. And it was like, when those girls would be walking back and forth to school, you know, and you would be like, hey, you need to ride home from school, here, there, anywhere. And those were times where they could have said, Brandon, these people at the house be molesting us and abusing us. I don't want to go back there. They could have said, can you take us to the police station so that they can write a police report? Or they could have said, can you take us to the sheriff's office so that they can make a police report? Or they could have said, can you do something to help them? They couldn't wait to get back to around them people. They couldn't wait to go back to them houses. They couldn't wait to be back around them people. Whether it was Adrian or Anthony or whoever, they said it was something about the reason. I don't know if it was a person named Ree, or if she had a son, or if he had a son, or any of that, because it was like, they was talking about somebody named Ree, and they didn't know if it was a girl or a boy because, you know, they never actually saw Ree pregnant. And so some of the people was like, if you never actually saw Ree pregnant, then where did Ree son come from? Where did Ree daughter come from? Some Ree. Where did their son come from? Where did their daughter come from? You never actually seen them pregnant. When those girls would take those pictures online, like different girls, and like they would take those pictures of them pregnant with their stomach sticking out and stuff. And so, hey, she's a real girl. She's a real lady. She's a real woman because you actually saw her pregnant and stuff like that. So you know that she's actually a female, a lady, a woman, a girl. But the ones that you did not actually see pregnant, you don't even know where they got their children from. It's like, did they steal somebody's baby? Did they try to steal me? Stuff like that. That's what folks would ask when they look at those families. They was like, dang, did they steal somebody's baby? Because he's not like any of them. He's not like that Willie person, and he's not like that Yolanda person. Like, someone's been stealing babies from people. And I heard about that. I heard that some people was, kidnapping people and stealing people's babies, whether they were grown or children, because since everyone's someone's child, it was a story on the news that some European woman was kidnapped or whatever and stuff like that, and she was grown. So it's crazy. So, I really don't understand like a lot of stuff that was going on. They told me to stay out of it, just stay out of it, because I did not make any bad karma. When somebody said somebody did something to their brother or did something to their sister or did something to their family, And it was before, you know, I even met them, before I was even born. You know, it's not my fault, you know, that the people who had sex and made children with each other, you know, I don't know what they were doing there in the first place. Because whether it was a person that said they liked Leonardo DiCaprio and they liked the European man, whatever color they were, or whether it was those people like Madonna, you know, and Tupac that said that they liked the Ethiopian darker type people. I don't know what they were doing with each other, you know. Whatever the reasons are that people, you know, decide to be in those relationships with each other. I never told anyone to have sex with anyone. I never told anyone, you know, to kiss anyone. I never told anyone to have sex with anyone, you know. I never told anyone to give anyone a hug or have any kind of sexual contact, you know, with anyone. I never said the words have sexual contact or do sex stuff, you know, with anyone, you know. So I really don't understand, you know, what people were thinking or why they did what they did, you know. And I never even asked for any of those situations to happen. So, you know, I was told it's not because of me. It won't be because of me. You know, even when Yatrell was born, and you know, August 31st, 2004, and I said I did not want to have any more children. You know, it was the same day. I don't know why, you know, someone wanted him to have a brother, Lord Gerald, and then you know when Lord Gerald went to foster care, like I don't know why, you know, they wanted him to have a sister, you know, Trinity, in those situations. But I love the children. I love Yatrell. I love Lord Gerald. I love Trinity. That's why I never did any sick stuff or molested them or abused them, you know. I never even gave them a whipping, you know, stuff like that, you know, because, you know, since I know how it feels for people to have done this stuff to me, I didn't want to make them hurt or make them feel bad because, you know, they were just children, you know. So, you know, I don't know what they chose to do, you know, with their life or mind, body, soul, or whatever, you know, but it's their body and their choice, you know. I didn't want to make any attachments or any bad karma or bad connections, you know, because I did not want a blended family. And, you know, it was like, you know, since I never asked, you know, for those situations, I never asked, you know, for a child to be made into the leader of my relationship or the head of my household or the deciding factor of yes or no for me or any of that, you know. So it was like that was someone else's idea, you know. And I love you all, believe me, I do, and stuff like that. But you know, it was like, you know, in those situations, you know, I'm not like those other people, you know. I don't want to have sex with any of their underage children just because when I got married, you know, if a girl did not have a virginity or, you know, someone else wanted to say they already did it and stuff like that, you know, I'm not the jealous type to where, okay, since somebody else did it, then he should have some that nobody else ever, you know, touched or kissed, a girl that's never been kissed, you know, stuff like that. I was like, nah, you know, it just is what it is, you know. Like, you know, to see the girls, you know, it was talking about the breasts and all of that stuff and being all fat and stuff and big and stuff like that. I didn't put the milk in those breasts. I would never want to steal anyone's baby's milk, you know, the mom's milk, the mother's milk, the milky boobs and all of that, you know. No, it's for the children. And I would never want to steal anyone else's business, you know, the same way I wouldn't want people stealing my business. And I would never want to steal anyone's soul or spirit or children, you know, and I would never want to steal anyone's, you know, world or, stuff like that. So, I would not want to gain the world and lose my soul. So, I don't know what people did or why they did it. I just did not want to be part of it because, when they told me that, I was like, oh, so that's what they did. Those people had sex with those underage girls because the same way when they found out that it was no virginity or someone, tried to switch their wife out or their girlfriend for someone else, they got mad and wanted a virgin, an underage girl, and she would have to be really young. Well, I say no. You know, I guess I'm just a loser in a line and a person that got leftovers or something like that. But at least I'm strong enough to, not be mad or, go crazy about it. I'm not suicidal and I'm not a threat to myself or others. And I don't blame my wife, for, loving me and caring about me. Because I don't believe the person that did all of the bad stuff is my wife. I believe the person that did all the bad stuff is not my wife. And my wife is the person who loves me. So I don't really know what they did with the identities and stuff like that. But, I would never accuse my wife of the bad stuff that someone else that looks similar to her did. And whatever kind of situation, if she has any sisters that were helping her and helping me, I thank my wife and I thank her real sisters for helping me. And if she had any brothers that were helping me, I thank my wife and I thank her real brothers for helping me. And I thank God most of all. And if people were using different badges and stuff like that, then I guess I really don't know what color she is, inside or out. But the color doesn't matter. The love does. And I appreciate the love. You know, that's the message for today. Because you never know what color a person is, inside or out. So, I love all the colors. I love my family. Thank you.